Hi, I'm IGN's Rachel Webber, and welcome to, and even I can't believe I'm finally saying this, IGN's preview of Grand Theft Auto 6. It's the most anticipated game of at least the last decade, and somehow I found myself sitting down at Rockstar North with co-studio head Rob Nelson to watch him play through 30 minutes of the game. Within that half an hour, it became a clear and uncontestable fact that this game will occupy every waking minute of my existence when it finally arrives this November. If you need to know just one thing about GTA 6, it's that you're going to spend so much time in it, you'll probably be subject to Leonardo taxes. When IGN was invited to enter the secretive halls of Rockstar North for an exclusive look, I knew the gameplay on display would be designed to show off just how much GTA has grown and evolved since its last iteration launched 13 years ago. Even with that expectation, the scope of what I saw blew me away. Watching Nelson, it showed me that it's a new era for the series, one where everything that made us fall in love with a life of crime is still there, but now it's set in a world so rich and ready to explore, it's not just a game, it's basically a parallel universe. Nelson told us that in previous GTA games, players were a bit all-powerful. You were the only one with an invisible arsenal hidden away, so NPCs would run in terror. In his words, this world in GTA 6 is not like that.
This could be the start of something good. Keep your phones on.
After watching that TV episode-length extended look ahead of its Netflix debut and another 30 minutes of live gameplay, one thing was immediately clear. GTA 6 is going to be a multi-layered world of crime, exploration, side quests and secrets that's more connected and finely tuned than any other game in the series. For a start, Leonardo instantly feels more densely populated than anything we've seen before. The streets are full of NPCs hanging out, making conversation, and they're all ready to interact in different ways.
Quick, look who's back.
Yes, you can swap between the two characters at almost any point, not for certain story things, or explore the world together, and manage their stats with food buffs, workouts, things like that. A quick look at the giant map revealed an almost overwhelming amount of icons for stores, opportunities and activities, and of course the trailers have given us a glimpse of even more. It's clear that this is going to be a playground that rewards exploration, and that unguided adventures are now as much part of the GTA 6 experience as the story, rather than just a clever backdrop.
Okay, what do you think?
Sequence?
Of course, the headline, and the biggest part of all the trailers so far, is that you're now playing as a couple. It's a real Bonnie and Clyde vibe, something that makes total sense given Rockstar's appetite for telling stories with emotional stakes. And as well as jumping between the two characters GTA 5 style, you can spend time roaming and robbing the world together. The more time you hang out together, the better your relationship. Can you force them to break up if you, say, treat Jason like human wallpaper? No. There's no dumping your significant other completely, so expect any consequences of indifference or bad behaviour to show up in the story, rather than organically through gameplay mechanics. Equally, being the perfect couple doesn't have any gameplay benefits, making it completely optional. It feels like a smart move to me, and Nelson told me that either way, the duo will remain partners in crime. He said ultimately, it's really about what you want for them, their story, and how it plays out.
Does this mean we're in his crew?
Yeah, I think so.
How did that look in the demo? Well, in the middle of a crime spree, you can go your separate ways to avoid police who are looking for a couple, and if one character gets into trouble with a random NPC, the other will back them up. But the relationship shows up in little ways as well as the big. Checking in via text, holding hands, shopping, even holding the door open. It all adds up.
Alright. Yo, we going up.
When Nelson first loaded up his save for the demo, we were transported to a downtown part of Leonardo. Our stroll around there was anything but casual. The streets and traffic and sheer number of NPCs of all shapes and sizes, and their habit of screaming curses at you, hit me like a slap in the face. Honestly, it's enough to make you feel like an Amish kid on Rumspringa in New York. You overhear chunks of dialogue that sound like real conversations, there are stores and bodegas and pawn shops all ripe for the robbing, and it's all rendered in such detail that your eyes overload for a few seconds. The life in this world isn't just noise and style either. NPCs now have a wide range of tolerance for any BS you may or may not throw their way. So taunt them and they could act offended, or they could attack you. Pull a gun and they might cower, or they might pull a gun back and escalate. Maybe you'll attract the attention of, say, an entirely different group of people that were just passing by but now want to get all up in your business. To help you navigate this new, complex ecosystem, the way you interact with the world has evolved since GTA 5. Building on the control system introduced in Red Dead Redemption 2, using the left trigger doesn't immediately aim your gun if it's holstered. Instead, you can use it to talk to or taunt characters you meet. According to Nelson, the seemingly small system required a huge technical effort across animators, designers, and dialogue writers. From what I saw, it appears as if it's been worth it though. It made the interactions I saw feel more organic and authentic than the comparatively stilted NPC back and forths you often see in other open world games.
Hey, bro, get your ass back here, man.
Huh?
Come on, you gotta hold these f***ers off.
Nelson went about exploring. After an unfortunate run-in with a douchebag of a guy and some surprisingly trigger-happy women who just happened to be jogging past, we got confirmation that the wanted level mechanic is still alive and well in GTA 6. If you're spotted committing a crime, police will respond and, depending on the situation, will get a description of you, your car, your clothing, and whether or not you're walking around as a couple or separately. Changing any of those things can aid your escape, as can swapping your car for an on-foot sprint through the city. After the aforementioned douchebag incident, Lucia got away on one of those scooters that lie around in big cities. A smart move, considering that making a getaway behind the wheel is now more of a challenge than players have experienced before. Nelson told me that the streets in this game are narrower and more realistic in terms of scale, and when you add to that the density of traffic, we're all going to need to level up our getaway driver skills. And not only is the driving tougher, even just stealing the car has evolved to be a more nuanced process. It's still the automobile acquisition thrill that we know and love, it's just deeper than a simple smash and grab. Now different makes and models will need different approaches. A fancy car might come equipped with an electronic lock and require a key cloner, or even have a GPS locator, which forces you to drive fast to avoid getting tracked. To help you out, Jason and Lucia have a scanning app installed on their phones that will reveal if the car you're looking at is equipped with such technology, as well as how much you can make selling it, or the cost of registering it for yourself.
Look what the law chased in.
Jason and Lucia have a criminal profile as well as a wanted level. It's a new mechanic for the Grand Theft Auto series, and it changes depending on your interactions with the world. Think of it as an upgraded version of Red Dead Redemption 2's honor system. There, Arthur Morgan could go on a killing spree and then sort of work his way back to sainthood by saying hello to everyone he met. Here it's more nuanced. Get into a shootout during a robbery or fire back at an aggressor, that's a reasonable response. But escalate a situation that you could have walked away from, that's going to change your profile. Despite this new system, Nelson was at pains to point out there's no correct way to play. Grand Theft Auto is all about committing crimes, after all. He explained, there isn't a right or wrong way to play this game, but there is what he referred to as consistent actions that might change the way the world reacts to you and the way your story plays out. I noticed that as Nelson played, it seemed like it was not just major moments of violence that dynamically altered the profile. Smaller everyday actions seemed to make a difference too. Throwing trash in a trash can seemed to help, and according to Nelson, one of the other options will be feeding animals. Now, when you need somewhere to relax after a hard day of building that criminal profile, Jason and Lucia have access to a new upgraded type of safe house, where you can grab a drink from the fridge, give yourself a new hairstyle, and just do couple From what I saw, they're designed to be much closer to the camps we saw in Red Dead Redemption 2, so you can probably expect lots of ways to customize them for the lovebirds.
Does life feel hopeless? Are you constantly searching for a way out? Luckily for you, those days are over, thanks to Angstapan.
Don't go thinking the Grand Theft Auto brand has gone too domestic bliss though. It seems like the weird and wonderful satire you expect from Rockstar is all present and correct.
Sorry guys, I'm a hugger. Come in here, get in here. Yes, all right.
NPCs still shout unhinged things about mummy issues and peeing on you for cash. There's an attorney that works out of a dumpster for pills, and there are more of those deliciously dark TV ads than ever before. Social media returns in a big way, and even if Jason and Lucia aren't posting themselves, they're a couple on the run after all, they still get to lurk and doom scroll like the rest of us. According to Nelson, the hard part isn't finding the stuff to satirize, because in his words, humans are human, but to make sure that anything that makes the final cut can still feel relevant beyond the initial release. Memes, trends, and even political stuff ages fast, so even small details like slang are taken into consideration.
Hurts, right? Try wearing a...
It's been 13 years since the last GTA, and that time has brought new technology and clearly inspired a new level of ambition for Rockstar North. When Nelson was talking about the density of GTA 6, he mentioned that the team has doubled in size. If you had told me Rockstar had spent 13 years on the mocap alone, I wouldn't immediately call you a liar. It's the best I've ever seen a game look on PS5, and it could hold its own against most high-end PC games too. Everything from the facial expressions, the lights on a boat travelling through the sea around Leonida, actual realistic-looking hair, the skyline, and sun glinting off cars as they race by. We should pay attention to the fact that for its very first gameplay presentation to the press, what Rockstar chose to show wasn't a dramatic story set piece. It was a slice of the world that really could have been anywhere in the story. It was a move that spoke of confidence and an eagerness to let players know just how much awaits them in this new, bigger and better criminal playground. Ultimately, the message from Rockstar is this: even though there are some new systems at play, it's still very much Grand Theft Auto. That bit at the end of the trailer we saw in that Netflix preview, when Jason's friend Cal is talking about appreciating the present, I can't help feeling that reflects how Rockstar wants us all to play in this new open world. Exploring, discovering things for ourselves, enjoying life in this fully realised digital city, and not just burning through the story like it's a race. It's a sign that the team sees Leonida as the crown jewel of GTA 6. The biggest takeaway? Those streets are going to be home to the best types of chaos. So clear your calendar now. In case you've been living under a rock, Grand Theft Auto will be released on November 19th. Head over to IGN.com where you can check out our trailer breakdown, our interview with Rockstar North's co-studio head Rob Nelson, and our take on GTA's new love language.